Let's have a look at the first team, and it is Richard Cockerell's lineup. The front row has been significantly bolstered by the return of Julian White. He returns after his neck injury. Alex Moreno plays loose head. Benjamin Kaiser is hooker. England international Lewis Deakin partners Springbok Marco Wenzel in the second row. No Lewis Moody or Martin Corrie, of course. However, these three are doing a fine job. Brett Deacon at 6, Luke Abraham at open side, Jordan Crane at number 8. Frank Murphy comes in at scrum half to feed Andy Goode. The fly half has now scored over 1,500 points for Leicester. 22-year-old Matt Cornwell gets the starting spot at 12. British and Irish Lion Ollie Smith is outside centre. Johnny Murphy, last week's fullback, moves to the right wing. Tom Vondel lurks on the left, and at fullback, Jordan Murphy returns after a challenging World Cup campaign. He'll be looking forward to playing and winning on a regular basis. This will be one heck of a tough test, though. Gloucester drew 27-all with them here last season, so will not be overawed by Welford Road. And Ryan, well, he's a tough customer, isn't he? And a very sharp operator. He's rotated his loose heads. Patrice Collazo, who started round 1 against Leeds, gets the nod over Nick Wood. Carlos Nieto is tight head. Olivier Azam is hooker, and he makes his 100th Premiership appearance. Peter Buxton is skipper and lock in the absence of Marco Bortolami, who's been given a rest after his World Cup stint with Italy. Alex Brown alongside. Alistair Strokosh, who's really impressed since arriving from Edinburgh, is blindside. The consistent Andy Hazel is 7. Luke Narroway is number 8. Those three are the top tacklers in the Premiership, bar none. Mike Prendergast is scrum half. Willie Walker makes his first Premiership start of the season. He takes Ryan Lamb's spot at fly half. Anthony Allen, in good nick this season, partners Mike Tyndall, 1 game back from a broken leg in the centres. On the left wing, James Bailey, Leslie Vainicolo still injured. On the right, James Simpson-Daniel has a hamstring strain, so Leon Lloyd, over a decade at Leicester until this season, plays against his old club. That'll certainly be strange at Welford Road, walking out of the away changing room. At fullback, 21-year-old Ollie Morgan. So on the bench, Ryan Lamb. No doubt he'll make an appearance at some point in the second half. For the Tigers, Meffin Davids plays against his old club, and Martin Castrogiovanni returns after Italy's World Cup efforts. For Gloucester, replacement front row, and Gareth Cooper ready to play his first game for his new club. So Olivier Zam makes his 100th Premiership appearance, leading out the team, and Gloucester will certainly fancy their chances here. 3 tidy wins from 3. This is a perfect opportunity to cut down the champions and make a major statement, not just about their intent, we know how ambitious Gloucester are, but crucially about their ability to play and win in pressurised, hostile environments, Dick.
Well, you don't get more hostile than here. Although, you know, they've got to put the foundations in place. They're going to be severely tested today by Leicester, especially up front, which is where these games are won and lost, as we saw today in Marseille. But it's going to be very interesting. Willie Walker there, he's got a big part to play in this. If the Gloucester forwards front up, which they expect to, he's got to use the ball effectively. He really has. It's his kicking game that will be important, as opposed to Goode, who we all know will control the game by kicking the ball prodigious distances.
So with just 1 home defeat in 39 matches in the Premiership, it shows how incredibly strong Leicester are here at Welford Road. The Tigers without 9 players in the World Cup quarter-finals, but they are so strong. Young players step up and perform. There's a culture of excellence and spirit and winning, and the enormous crowd is as loyal and as passionate as always. The bookies make Leicester slight favourites, but so far, of course, this is the day of the underdogs. Corey, Moody, Kay, Hipkiss and crew won't be coming back to Leicester yet. It's these boys that are out to perform.
Well, I don't think they expected to see him back quite so early. Special player. Never gets full recognition. They always go for Dempsey in Ireland. There's the main man here. The points machine. Third in the all-time rankings here at Leicester. Wonderful kicker, and on his day a magnificent fly half. It just depends whether today is one of his days.
Okay.
Will he take advantage of any Gloucester indiscretions? Well, it'll be, of course, up to Roy Maybank to give him the opportunity. He is the referee for this evening's game. Leicester then, the Premiership champions for the first time in 5 seasons, and a club with a ravenous appetite for silverware. They'll be pleased to hold the trophy. No doubt still irked by Wasps with that win over them in the Heineken Cup final. They have started this campaign very snappily, as have Gloucester.
Green, ready.
Jordan Murphy didn't need a rest, didn't want a rest. Willie Walker flicking it high, and the immediate clean take from Leicester. Murphy, number 9 on his back, a long way from fitness. And the Leicester forwards making headway and immediately looking to try and squeeze Gloucester. They're so well organised, and Gloucester have coughed up a penalty already.
Well, they are. He's going to have a word with them, because he can see the statement of intent already from Leicester. Great technique at that driving maul. Just having a word there with Buxton, the head honcho of Gloucester, warning them. But you can see the intent, can't you? You know, going to keep this ball tight. The forwards are incredibly well drilled. Full credit to Richard Cockrell.
Oh, there's a mistake from Good. Maybe got a little bit greedy. That was flat at the very least from Prendergast to Morgan, but a good clearance from Morgan, and so Leicester will get the line out, but they won't be getting it where they'd want it.
Well, it's like I said, it's whether it's his day or not, you know. He can kick the ball an absolute mile. Howitzers flying off his boot. But whether they go where they're intended to remains to be seen.
Line out is good, and Gloucester don't challenge. Moran puts it to Johnny Murphy, who played full-back last week, and he's a very good runner. Quite a unit, actually, big, strong bloke. Advantage, again, being played to Leicester. Good. With the pass, they'll go back for the penalty, and it was Nieto that's been singled out by the referee, Roy Maybank.
Number 3, move.
Well, we saw last week, Will, didn't we, when Gloucester played against Worcester, that the indiscipline up front of these Gloucester forwards, you know, it cost them dear against Worcester, because they found themselves pinned in their own half. And if they perform like that today, and Dean Ryan knows this as well as anybody, that if they perform like that and give away all these penalties, this guy is going to slot them over from all over the shop if he's on song.
Well, the longevity of his time in the Premiership and the points that he's scored, showing what a class player he is. Hunting down Johnny Wilkinson, and Wilkinson won't be back into the Premiership for a few weeks yet.
Well, at least another week.
So Good with his first chance. The gasp and the U from the Welford Road crowd tell you that it wasn't successful, but he, of course, has so much length. So Gloucester get a let-off. They've leaked 2 penalties already. Hit long to Andy Good. Good tackle going in there from Stokosh. Aggressive clearing from the Tigers. Good. Oh, Leon Lloyd's got an interception! What a dream first touch for him! He's in for the try against his old club.
Well, he knew the move, he knew the body language of the players inside him. He knows more about the Leicester back play than most of the Leicester backs, I should think, because he's been around a long time, and he read that from a mile out. He saw that. He just saw it coming. from a long, long way out and read it like a book. He was already picking it up here. Bang. See him, he was virtually in the Leicester line by that stage, and he read it like a book.
He did hit the Leicester line perfectly. He was wearing red though. Well, let's shake things up.
Well, he's proved a point, isn't he? If you come my way, I'm going to pinch him.
And Willie Walker slaps two on top of Leon Lloyd's try. And that will make Leon Lloyd feel very good. Hugely respected round Leicester.
Yeah, we see him. It wasn't a great pass, actually. Bit lofted, and he knew it was coming. He read the body language.
Tyndall goes up. Tyndall has been so good for Gloucester and, of course, England, going up, taking those restarts. And Walker doesn't get the distance up the field that he wanted. And so Leicester in the sort of area that they want.
And he's got to kick very well today. He's got to, you know, position is very important, because this driving line-out play and the mauling of Leicester is a big part of their game plan. He's got to be the other side of the halfway line.
Casey going well there, and the ball hit the deck, but it went back. Murphy nearly made a break. He's dangerous.
Number 8, accidental, could he get the way?
He's looking sharp, Murphy, isn't he? Flew off that line out.
Ex-Munster.
And he's going to have to it's be quite interesting. He's going to tie the Gloucester back row in. They're going to look after him first. No contest with Azam chasing him.
Put in from Prendergast, and it's solid for Gloucester. Narroway. Quite happy to control the ball, and first blood to the Gloucester front row, Galazzo, Azam and Nieto.
They'd be very pleased with that. You'd have to say, good control at the base. Wonderful technique in the scrum to keep it square.
And that was a good clearance.
There's Nieto against Marino this side. It's going to be an interesting battle. Marino just turning in slightly.
David Flatman with us, no doubt, casting his forensic eye over that.
Hang on, green receiver. Clear.
Now, can Azam hit the button this week? He was a bit flaky last week, Will.
Brilliantly challenged by Deacon. That's Lewis Deacon. Aggressive contest on the floor. It's going to be interesting, the battle of the breakdown. Good waits in the pocket, and he belts that one high into the sky, upfield and off the field.
Well, that's a bit more like it. It's the Andy Good we know. Got to be careful, Gloucester, because he was broken down last week, Olivier Azam, quite considerably by Worcester.
He was on the button, but Lewis Deacon pressed it first.
They've got the line-out calls, I reckon, Will.
Industrial espionage, surely not. Azam Hughes getting shuttled out of touch, and so he tried to just push that ball in field, and Lewis Deacon didn't take it in the air, but he took Azam on the ground, bang, straight into him.
I like Deacon. I like him a lot. I think he's very unlucky not to be out in France. I think he's a great workhorse.
As is Peter Buxton, who's a back rower by nature, and so gets through those carries and tackles. Lewis Deacon maybe a little bit more glamorous, but very effective, as we've already seen.
Well, a lot of the game plan revolves around him, doesn't it?
Crane's gone. Walker's lining him up, and it's shipped on to Good, who stays strong, tries to unload, and Murphy's now got it. Oh, Jordan Murphy's flying onto this. Johnny Murphy cuts back. This is better pace from Leicester. Good delaying his pass, and he'll think a couple of times before flinging out the wide one. He's been burnt by Leon Lloyd already.
Well, that was it, wasn't it? That was the hesitation. Having given away one interception, very reluctant to give another one. But they're looking sharp here, running onto the ball. Lovely take. Jordan Murphy just realising he's running towards the touchline there, puts the little reverse pass in, brings the ball back inside.
So just with a stone's worth of advantage. Narroway coming from the base there. Walker waits, and he's being put under pressure, and one bounce and he makes his touch.
Well, that's what you want to see as a forward, isn't it? The other side of the halfway line. With a scrum in your own 22, and Willie Walker delivers the goods. That's what you're there for as a fly half. Get your forwards going forward and get on the other side of the halfway line, which he's done with comfort.
Willie Walker offers different options to Ryan Lamb, who'll be hovering on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're both very, very good players, and just shows what a great squad they've got, Gloucester, doesn't it?
Narroway, lurking around the edge, good. And comes Ollie Smith, clattering into contact. Hazel's all over him. It's banged out of the way now. The referee's quite happy with it. Crane picks and goes and unloads. It's physical, really physical. Crane having another tilt.
The close quarter stuff is incredibly physical.
Working the short side. Abraham, 7 on his back. Doing a really fine job here at Leicester.
That's a mess.
Let's go down to the front line. David Flatton.
Let's have a look at the first couple of line-outs. Both teams trying to set their stall out. This is the key basic area. Gloucester's first line-out, lost, taken by Leicester. Azam won't be happy. So here, you see Alex Brown running an option. They don't want to take it. They take a check out of the front. That's an easy out for Azam. He's feeling the pressure already.
And he felt the pressure there as he was bundled into touch. So 10 minutes gone, Gloucester with that Leon Lloyd interception.
Well, he does have this weakness to his game, the line-out throwing, and you know, if it's not happening for him, they've got to change him. Because Gloucester can't play this game without a line-out, that's for sure.
Good will be quite happy slapping the ball up the touchlines.
My engage, Cinnamon. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage. Say go. Advantage. Flanker breaking.
Crane taking that, and the flanker, I think it was Strokos breaking maybe early, yep.
Made the tackle.
Not binding.
Told you before.
Didn't have the full length of his arm bound to the lock forward. Alistair Strokos.
Well, when Edinburgh had their problems, Gloucester were fairly quickly into the market when they... And Patterson, what a signing he is.
Well, Patterson is a good signing, but this boy Strokos is a very, very good player. He really is. He's a workaholic and a real dog, but you can see there, he's hanging on by his fingernails, and you've got to bind by the whole arm. But he's a good workhorse, you know, he's a big lad, good ball carrier, good defender, and a good acquisition.
Lost less than 30%. And it's Leicester now trying to put that pressure into some points on the ball. Driving, good. Cornwall getting caught in midfield. Good. Didn't get any change out of that one. Now, Gloucester, of course, know how dangerous Leicester are. So they'll want to retain their discipline. Murphy sliding and now releasing Van Dal. He's got good feet. He's big and strong and very quick. He's showing what a threat he is even from there. And the forwards clear out. Murphy, good. Looking to go himself, and Strokos gets hold of him, but advantage being played to Leicester, and their patience is being rewarded. Trying to float it over. There was 3, 4, 5 Tigers waiting out wide there. It'll be a dead cert 3 points though.
Just about 6 inches too far, wasn't it, for them? But you're pretty sure Frank Murphy did this because he knew the penalty was on the cards. 2, 4, 5 Tigers there on the touchline. Just too far, 6 inches too much. They've got to come back for the penalty. And this is, you would think, bread and butter for Andy Good.
So Good will be pleased for a very easy attempt at goal. And look at that. Dusty hair. 4,500 points. That is staggering. And that is expected. 3 points to Leicester.
Well, they got themselves back in the game, haven't they, Leicester? They'll be looking to dominate now after giving away that interception 7-pointer. They've got to work their way back in and whittle down that lead.
Gloucester leaking a few penalties. This is Abraham. Caught by his opposite number, Hazel. Number Neil back, part of the coaching staff, and nobody better to teach an open side the arts.
Well, not quite the howitzer that we're used to, but he's got out of the danger zone.
Hazel will try and get to him.
Oh, I'm sure he will. It's going to be an interesting contest off the tail. There's Abraham. He's an impressive character, actually. One of these great club players who you don't hear too much about, but works incredibly hard. I've seen him play a couple of these Monday night A-League games, and he's some player.
You do your research, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's all ours. Abraham been at the club since he was 15, and Hayton goes down. This is Van Dal, who went through the Leicester Academy himself. Tips and looks to collect. Morgan stays cool, and now maybe a chance for a counter. Abraham, as we just talked, gets hold of the fullback there. Tyndall switching. Walker, it's up. It's long, too long, and Good has all the time in the world.
Yeah, it was a waste of good ball, wasn't it?
Zam is covering this touchline at the moment, but he won't have to catch it. Up to halfway or so.
Well, they're having a go at Azam, aren't they? They recognise a weakness there in the Gloucester machine. Yeah, I mean, that's a mile too long. It's 25 metres too long.
If anybody can spot a weakness at hooker, I would have thought it's Richard Cockerell.
Well, they all do the analysis of each other team's lineouts these days, and they've had a good look at him at his throwing style, and they reckon they can pick him off, that's for sure.
Richard Cockerell's been so impressive, hasn't he?
He's done a good job. Done a very good job so far. They're all on his back. The crowd are on his back. That's another one. It's another turnover, isn't it? Yep.
Good sticks his head down, and the Leicester forwards, no doubt frustrated, will be much more pleased now they've got the penalty.
Well, they've done well to get that, Gloucester. Competing at the back there, there's Jordan Crane. But they're having a real go at Azam. There's got to be a big decision here from Dean Ryan. What does he do? Does he, because you can't play this game without a line-out, does he change the hooker, Azam? This one just drifting too far at the back, overcooked.
Wasn't much of a lift there, was it, to the right place?
Pretty sure he didn't know it was going to him. So there's a communication problem. It's an eight-man job, this line-out. Unfortunately, the poor old hooker gets the blame for everybody. But it would appear that there was a big mix-up there in the line-out for Gloucester. They've got to get their line-out sorted.
Willie Walker. That's a very fine kick. That was challenging. May have been straight in front, but here at Welford Road, it is always high expectation and pressure.
Well, they've got some decisions to make, haven't they, that coaching team? I don't think they've won a line-out yet.
Andy Titterell waiting on the bench. Good leg drive there. Willie Walker put under pressure. Jordan Murphy swallows it up. Looking for Crane. Here he comes now. Leon Lloyd trying to push him towards the touchline. But it's still in field. Moreno tries to clear the ball. Bang. In goes a shoulder or two. Murphy, Good, Abraham. Hazel in there to drive him back, but the ball spits out nicely. Cornwell. Just recycling for his side. Abraham smashing his way into contact again. Good go forward there. Ball is clean for Murphy. Now working the short side.
Well, they're just keeping the ball, aren't they? They're doing what Leicester do well, which is ball retention. If you've got the ball, the other team can't score.
Julian White back from a neck injury, just about getting the ball back his side. Good, and they're all lining up. Andy Good decides to go himself, and Mike Tyndall, such a good tackler, he brings him to ground. It's clipped through, but Morgan was ready for it, and now he can hammer it back upfield.
Yeah, came to nothing. You know, they kept the ball. Why kick it away? Like that, Frank Murphy. He obviously trying to keep the pressure on. Get Gloucester down in their own 22 and squeeze Azam at the line-out time.
Good positioning though from Ollie Morgan, the 21-year-old.
Yeah, he read it well, didn't he? And has returned it with interest.
Gloucester making so many tackles. So Gloucester get possession on the break from Willie Walker. Good move. Now he chips it through. Johnny Murphy goes back, and Gloucester have got to wait for him to get up. There's a bounce that could have gone anywhere, and Gloucester will be very pleased. This is an excellent position now, and Walker saw that gap. He raced through it.
Well, it was class, wasn't it? You can see why he's in the side, why they can rotate somebody like Walker with Lamb. He saw the gap and took off. Andy Good let him go. Lovely little chip, could go anywhere this. They pick him up and drive him over.
Big scrum now. Kaiser, Zam and Nieto, Moreno, Kaiser and White up in the front row. And this is good position. Now away, controlling it.
No, look short about that one. There was movement both ways. Reset, do it again. I'm coming over.
Referee will reset it.
Get away.
Julian White having a few words.
Away. Come down.
Calazzo right in the thick of that with Julian White. It's an interesting contest on that side. A little bit of mischief going on there.
Crouch, touch, pause, gate.
Gloucester will be very keen to come out of this position with points.
He's doing a very good job this side, Nieto, actually. He looks very comfortable against Moreno. There's a bit of friction on the other side between White and Calazzo, but on this side, Nieto looks very comfortable. And this is a good position for Gloucester. If they can manufacture a good right shoulder and a right hand lean up here.
Oh, the referee is going under the posts. Penalty try.
No problem.
The Gloucester pack are elated.
I don't blame them. I mean, it's probably the first team that's ever got a penalty try out of Leicester at Welford Road. It's a phenomenal decision in my book. He can't believe it. He doesn't like it. Azam loves it. But they are looking comfortable, led by Nieto on the right-hand side here. He's looking solid as a rock. That's interesting. He's picked up Julian Wright for tucking in. There's a bit of niggle after the ball as well.
Yeah, and it's 7 points as you'd expect. Walker with 2 more. And what a start Gloucester have got here.
Well, it's an incredible start, isn't it? I mean, they've scored 14 points, Gloucester, without really doing anything. They got an interception and a penalty try. That was an amazing decision by the referee, I thought. He won't be happy about it. He'll be challenging it, probably at half-time at this rate.
Looks a bit perplexed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's a nice restart. Oh, that's superb. That is world-class from Tyndall.
Lost ball, Green. Back. Thank you.
Walker in his 22. And he thumps that one upfield. And
Listen, when you want senior pros to lift it and really go for it, and you want to be led by people like Tyndall, I mean, what a restart take. Willie Walker has cleared it. It's gone right down to the Leicester 10-metre line, and they're back on the offensive again.
5 months out with a broken leg, and this is his second game back.
Back you go! Back you go!
Kaiser finding his man.
Still moving.
17-3, Glos are up. What a start for the visitors. They won't be overawed by Leicester, though. They drew here last season in the corresponding fixture.
Well, they've gifted them, haven't they? They've gifted them 14 points.
There's White. Gets dumped. It's getting pretty tasty up front. Walker. Allen. Tyndall. Tyndall straightening. Beating a couple of tacklers as well. And staying strong to offload. Bailey gets lined up though, and now Leicester drive through. The referee says play on. They'll have the advantage. Everybody stops.
Well, they'll go back to the penalty. You have to say Tyndall is looking a little bit sharper than he did last week. Very nice running. Very nice lines of running. As you would expect after 5 months off, he looked a bit ring rusty last week. But he's now looking very sharp and very composed and in control of the game. Gloucester.
Right, that penalty try seemed controversial. Let's go down to the front line.
Thanks, Will. We've got Julian White highlighted here. We saw him under the post looking pretty unhappy with the referee's decision, and here's why. We see him engaged. There'll be no penalties given yet, and now we're going to watch his feet. Just watch those big black boots. Bang. That is a slip. Nothing more than a slip. And the referee's got under the post. In my opinion, a shocking decision.
There you go, Flatman sitting on the fence. Big fence. Good call from David Flatman. Keeping an eye on that. And this is Good. He's Smith. Nice pop inside as well. Kaiser's there. Hazel's trying to rip it from him. That was good from the hooker. Murphy and Crane. And up to the game line. Frank Murphy. Quite happy for it to be slow as this pod just gets itself organised. Brought to the deck though, Good. And this aggressive defence is forcing errors from the Tigers.
Well, they're up in their faces, Gloucester, aren't they? They're not giving them any space to play in. They're right up there. The defensive line is moving up as one. I think it's Dennis Betts there. He'd be pleased.
Come closer, please.
The defensive coach.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Looking very solid in the midfield.
And solid in the scrum as well. They're away, just spinning and taking it to the floor so that Prendergast can hit it high. Out comes Jordan Murphy, but he got stopped by Vandal, and it's Allen that gets hold of that.
He was
quite get to the ball.
He was a mile from it, Jordan Murphy, wasn't he?
Tyndall, Hazel, route one, bang! Ooh. That was a hell of a tackle. Walker, and it is full on and flat out. And again taken up. Brett Deacon, the man to put Hazel on his backside. Tyndall just pushing for the corners. Where's the bounce going to go? Easy as that.
He's enjoying it, isn't he? A lovely little stroke into the corner. He's a mile from this, Jordan Murphy. Can't get to it with the two players in front of him, Leon Lloyd and Vandal. Hazel taking it up here. Oof. Who's that Deacon?
Receiver! Receiver!
One of the Deacons, if not both of them.
Must have felt like both of them. Good line out. Take there. Wenzel, the Springbok. But the Tigers deep deep in their own half. Field just waiting. Very happy for his forwards to make the sort of meters they're making there. Frank Murphy's pass or box kick needs to be pinpoint. Up it goes. Leon Lloyd just lets that one go, and that was a very good clearance.
Oh, it's a beauty, wasn't it? Under pressure in their own 22, a messy little melee on the floor, and Frank Murphy clears best part of 30 yards. Nice kick. Be an interesting contest, this. Prendergast against Murphy. Both of them played at Munster together. Both fighting for a position there, but of course it was held down by Stringer.
Now the spotlight falls on Olivier Zam. Brown with the double jump. Oh, it's again a lottery. Comes back Gloucester's way, but only because there was a knock on there from a Tigers player. What a contrast between Gloucester's scrum and line-out.
Incredible. I mean, they've got them, haven't they? They've actually, Leicester are controlling this line-out department.
Come closer. Both teams, closer, half a step. Thank you.
Most good sides will be 80% plus. And Gloucester, of course, is ambitious as anyone.
1-1,
lost 3. Murphy trying to get his foot in the way of Prendergast. Pass. Tyndall.
Yeah, he's moving, leave him.
Going well. In the middle of all that. Walker. Nice offload. Leon Lloyd looking for work, coming off his wing. Walker again.
Advantage number 1.
Advantage being played to Gloucester. Penalty advantage 2, and Walker will be happy to drill that one deep. Offside. And so maybe a chance for 3 points as a result of Moreno's indiscretion.
Yeah, well, he picked him up, didn't he, for offside, or the touch judge did. And this gives it Gloucester an incredible chance to bring it to 20 points to 3. I mean, not a bad thing to walk in at half-time, 20 points to 3 at Welford Road. There can't be many teams that have done that.
Hazel's receiving attention as Willie Walker lines up this kick.
Well, this is going to be interesting now, Will, for Dean Ryan and his management team. What decision do they make? Do they take Azam off and potentially weaken the scrummaging, and bring on Titchell, who's a better line-out thrower, but not as good a scrummager as Azam? So it's a sort of a catch-22 situation.
And Redpath, of course, will be saying, how about Cooper maybe placing at scrum half, and Lamb is waiting. If it's working, do they change it?
Well, if it's not broken, you don't fix it, do you?
Walker looks up, and that's certainly fixed. He just stroked it so majestically. Andy Tiggerell there, the British and Irish Lion, sitting alongside the likes of Califano, 70 caps for France. And that looks very painful.
That does look painful. That looks like rib cartilage, something like that.
Oh.
Judging by the pain on his face, he gets in here. There's Hazel going through the other side. He gets, oh, this is his own man. It's Alex Brown who hits him right under the rib cage.
Oh, he's in agony.
I can tell you that will hurt for a long time. If that's rib cartilage or a broken rib, that is going to be incredibly painful.
He is a phenomenal player.
He's a big loss because he's a workaholic.
So Will James, just back from the World Cup with Wales, is into the second row, and Buxton will go into the back row. Prendergast, a little flick of his left foot, and he gets it into touch.
Oh, he did well to clear that, Prendergast. That was a pretty sort of fairy-like tap back from Will James. It wasn't his great first touch, I can tell you. Scrum half's nightmare.
So Gloucester have lost their open side flyer. There's a thumping back row of Buxton, Strokosh and Narroway. There's the skipper, Buxton. Wenzel, who's been the Leicester Tigers banker in the line-up. Getting a bit of a run on now, the Tigers pack. Crane, head down. No change from that.
Well, they can't get the momentum they want, can they? Gloucester really attacked that line out from a defensive point of view. Drove very hard initially, and then Leicester regathered themselves and took it on a bit further. But they can't quite get the momentum that they want, Leicester, at the moment. Can't get on the front foot.
Just as they get into the red zone,
Pause.
there's just an unfortunate error, which gives Gloucester the chance to clear their lines. 20 points to 3. Just over half an hour gone. What a scoreline.
Well, it's going to be interesting in the Leicester dressing room, that's for sure, because they won't have been in this position very often, I should think. But he's got some big calls to make now, both Dean Ryan and Richard Cockrell.
Pause. Gate. Stay there.
Away.
There you go.
Shoulder in there.
He was the tackler.
Gloucester want to make sure they secure it. It's turnover ball. Good. Abraham just about gets hold of it. He stayed cool because he nearly coughed it forward.
Back you go.
Leicester by far and above the best turnover team in the Premiership, and they're looking to hurt Gloucester here.
He's the tackler. That's a miss. He was the tackler.
Couldn't get that quick
Same
ball,
as over
Leicester.
there. He was the tackler. Go away.
Well, Abrahams is essential to everything at the moment, isn't he, that Leicester do. He's on everything. They're all looking to pass the ball to him. He's the guy, he offloads well. And we see it, they steal this. They've got an incredible turnover rate. Yeah.
And without Andy Hazel now, who does such good work on the floor, it might be even more challenging to stop Leicester get these turnovers, of which they prove they are so good at after round 3. 21 turnovers. And look at the second, Worcester, 12, Gloucester, nearly half that.
Incredible. I think that was Deacon who actually stole that one. It was a great piece of work on the floor, because what happens when you're down there trying to farm that ball out of someone's hands on the floor, you know, you are so exposed and you are going to get a serious wallop from somebody.
Brett Deacon, younger brother of Lewis. Been some famous brothers to play for the Tigers over the years.
Stay bound, stay bound. Right, crouch.
You gonna name me 3 sets? No pressure.
Bind up.
Give me a while.
Good for Gloucester. They're racing after this one. Jordan Murphy's on his own. He's outside his 22, so it's going to be some fancy footwork to give his forward some time to come back.
No. Green 7.
Frank Murphy takes responsibility, and it's high. Ollie Morgan's underneath it. He's going to hit it up.
Red.
Good challenges. And Crane gets hold of it.
Red. Back ball.
Good, he's already checked for space. There's all the space in the world, the other side of the whitewash. It's not quite happening for him tonight. You said that he can play a little hot cold.
Well, it depends on the sort of ball you're getting, and at the moment they're on the back foot, Leicester. You know, they can't get across the game line, and that one just slightly overcooked. When you've got nowhere to go, it's difficult to play the game.
Leicester, at the very least, will be keen to try and cut Gloucester's 17-point lead. And no doubt it'll start by trying to nick this line out. James goes back. And Gloucester at the moment will be thankful for any sort of possession from the line out there. There's Abraham going in there with an aggressive tackle. Prendergast goes digging. Advantage being played. And it's penalty advantage. Now then, Good. Where's he going to go?
It's not
corner or posts.
It's not quality possession, is it, Will, that they're getting at the moment from the line out at all, Gloucester? It's quite incredible. I mean, you actually don't want that sort of ball flat back. Yes. You could have caught that. And Will James goes down on it and stands up, then tries to offload it here when probably he should have held on to it. And he just get a little bit exposed there by running off on his own. Will James should have taken the responsibility for that one. Can Andy Good close the gap before half-time?
Oh dear.
That is a long way adrift by his standards. This is looking quite worrying for Leicester, isn't it?
And 20 points to 3 down. You're going to have to take him. Just 2 visits to Leicester's 22 and 14 points. Walker deciding to shift it to Tyndall, and Tyndall's having a look. Not just hammering it upfield. Leicester again looking at that ball on the deck. Lloyd puts that to Walker, who's put under pressure by Murphy. Good clearance in the end.
Well, they've got tons of confidence, haven't they, Gloucester, by running that one out of there. I thought Tyndall would have let that one go. He had plenty of men outside him, but great clearance by Willie Walker.
So just a minute or so left to play, and some interesting half-time team talks for the respective coaches, and maybe some tactical decisions as well. Advantage being played to the Tigers. Crane right through the middle and looking to offload. He wanted somebody on his shoulder there. He's a very good player, Crane, and you think he'll be the long-term successor to Martin Quarry in that number 8 shirt.
It's a phenomenal ball carrier.
Double tackle goes in there. And Lewis Deacon is put to the floor.
Second penalty advice from number 1.
Cornwell puts it across. But that was well covered by Narroway and Leon Lloyd.
Well, they've got to come all the way back for Colazo being offside.
Now Andy Good's got to find his radar.
He certainly has. Otherwise, these boys are looking dead and buried.
So last chance, 4 points of this first 40.
Thank you.
Again, it's a long way out. But Good, when he hits that sweet spot, that ball flies.
Not his day, Will. We all have them. And Leicester needed that. They just needed a fillip or a boost, you know, before they went in at half-time. Now Gloucester have got the ascendancy, and it'll be interesting, it'll be fascinating to see what the coaches do at half-time to try and...
Well, the crowd blow the Tigers onto the pitch for this second 40, and there have been 2 substitutions. Paul Berg on at fly half to replace Andy Good, and Moreno's been replaced by Martin Castro Giovanni. Dick, what do you make of that?
Well, there lies the team talk. You know, we've got... The scrummaging has not been great from Leicester's point of view. You know, replacing Moreno on the loose head, who Nieto from Gloucester was giving quite a hard time to, or looked very solid. And of course, Andy Good was having one of those days where nothing really went for him. And it's a smart call and a brave call to bring Paul Burke on, because if he gets his opportunities, he'll probably slot them. There's Richard Cockrell, big call at half-time, big decisions.
So an aggressive substitution, giving Paul Burke the chance to get pitch time, and it's he that starts this second half and hits it long. Gloucester through Narroway. 20 points to 3 up. Prendergast hits that one long. Jordan Graham won't try anything fancy there. So that's a solid enough start for Gloucester in this second half.
And surprisingly, no changes from in the Gloucester department. And it'll be interesting, won't it, to see what we do on the line-out now with Gloucester. What have they won? 1 ball so far? That line-out time?
Yeah, it makes those stats are pretty ugly. Benjamin Kayser, ex-Stade Francais, just waiting to try and hit his jumper, and Brown trying to decode the calls. Cornwell. Murphy getting scragged and pulled in illegally. And Smith coming back, and he's barging his way upfield. That's good go forward. Abraham playing with dynamism and managing to stay in field. Crane head down and finds James and Narroway. Narroway trying to rip that one out. There's a knock on from Gloucester, from Narroway, who nearly managed to rip that. Burke. Missed pass. Cornwell gets wrapped up. Murphy sliding and looking to the short side.
Quite clearly, they back their defence, don't they, Gloucester? They love tackling.
Quattro Giovanni with a rumbling charge there. And Leicester beginning to pick their knees up here. Let's see how long this Gloucester defence holds and whether it retains its discipline. But Abraham smacking his way into contact, and he's still on his feet. Oh, what a charge now. Leicester looking good. The dink from Burke. Van Del's after it. That was 50-50.
As you say, sometimes they run for you, sometimes they don't. But all of a sudden, the Leicester team have gone up about 3 notches, haven't they, with Burke on the field, asking all the questions. Little dink over the top. 9 out of 10 times it lands into Van Del's arms. This occasion it doesn't. But they're looking threatening, aren't they? All of a sudden they've gone up several gears.
And you see that little knock on from Van Del's left hand, making it scrum time. Really unlucky, Leicester. It was a beautifully weighted kick from Burke, and Van Del timed his run perfectly.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Gate.
And Gloucester in a bit of a hole, looking to get themselves a solid scrum, and Julian White, no doubt, will have a point or two to prove as we work our way through this match.
A bit closer.
This is an interesting tussle on this side of the scrummage between Colasso and Julian White. There's no love lost there.
No, stand up.
And 2 superb technicians, actually. Colasio, one of the great scrummagers in terms of not necessarily because he's very powerful or strong, but everything he does is different. Every scrummage he packs in a different position. He moves in a different position.
Giovanni the other side to Julian White, and that was good from Gloucester. Leon Lloyd looking to roll it inside, and he does that extremely well. Really good breakout from Gloucester. Now they might have men over here. Tyndall looking to straighten. The pass wasn't the kindest to Allen.
That was a great opportunity, wasn't it, to break out.
They have Bailey, Walker and Morgan outside.
Lovely little move off the back. He's enjoying himself in red, isn't he, Leon Lloyd?
Do you think it's his colour? And look at this opportunity. Tyndall straightened well.
He did all the right things here, and it was just the delivery of the pass, the execution, the accuracy wasn't quite good enough.
Okay. Thank you.
Did all the right things by straightening it up.
You two.
Tons of players outside him.
Online. I've just said you two.
Well, he's been pretty impeccable so far in this game, and he had a very solid game against Worcester, scored a try for his trouble last week.
Crouch. Touch.
So the
Pause. Engage.
scrum battle continues.
Safe flank up.
Crane
Good
picks his
ball.
man and runs well over the gain line. Wenzel.
No. Back foot.
Burke inside. Wenzel again.
Knocked off. Dropped it.
You've got to hand it to Gloucester, haven't they? They thrive on tackling, don't they? I mean, they're all top, you know, all the back row are top of the sort of tackle stats in the Premiership. You're getting gang tackled all the time. There's number 8, number 5 in there.
Let's move it away, hang on.
Yeah, those
Big hits.
the back five really do tackle.
Let's move it away, put someone else in.
Brown's such a respected player.
Right.
And look at that, Gloucester.
Crouch.
More than
Touch.
double that of
Pause.
Leicester.
Go.
A reflection not just of
Wind
the
up.
tackling, but of the possession
Yeah.
that the Tigers have had.
Reset.
Well, exactly. I mean, if your tackle stats are high, it's because the other team's got the ball and they're running at you. It's not rocket science.
Come closer.
Leicester will be disappointed they're not making more of this possession.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Gloucester trailing there in the stats
Reset.
as well.
Balls out.
Narrow
Well,
way.
Green, good.
Again, getting well over that gain line. Walker, Allen, starting to straighten. Ball in two hands, and Abraham is all over that. Narroway again. He's made some good yards, Narroway.
Yeah, he's a quality player. He's quick on his feet. Changes direction.
Good charging run there from Will James. Walker. Shipped on. Oh, that was nice. And it really works. Bailey's waiting for the pass. It's a one-on-one. Looking to finish now. Abraham, brilliant tackle. Still the try goes in. The referee's looking. We're going to the video ref.
Oh, that was fantastic work,
Time off,
wasn't it,
please.
by Gloucester, the way they manufactured
please.
that. I thought it all went wrong when the pass was poor. Did Buxton get it down? The approach work was superb by Gloucester. Bailey
Thank you.
really did well to get the ball away. And I thought he butchered it. I thought he would have to go on the outside.
So Graham Hughes has been asked, is this a try, yes or no? Some fantastic covering, first by Abraham and then by Brett Deacon.
Well, we can't see from there whether that ball touched the line or not. He's now got to roll over. Is he allowed to ground it after this? Is that touching the line?
This is a tight call. The whitewash, the try line, of course, is a try.
Is that a try?
This is a massive call because if Gloucester get this one down, it could be curtains.
Well, this is an important score.
That
A
last one,
very, very important
both
score.
resets were just as bad. That's why I reset it. All right.
Does Deacon roll him up just before that ball gets to the try line?
Okay, thank you.
He's got his arm on it, Deacon. He's got his arm on the ball there quite clearly. Or his hand. But so has Buxton. And is there downward pressure, and is it touching the line?
You're supposed to give us the answers, you know, not the questions. What do you reckon?
From there, yeah, that's a try.
Yeah. Good angle.
Okay. Still looking.
Superb opportunist try, and Abraham made that tackle. Looks as though may have saved it from Gloucester, but so important.
Well, the approach work was good. The lead up to it was good play by Gloucester. They manufactured that.
So big call for Graham Hughes, and the crowd are getting a little bit frustrated.
It is a big call. I'm still not 100% about it.
Here's the zoom
I'm
box.
getting the blame for this, it's not me.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm not 100%.
how many percent?
It's getting less by the more I watch it, less by the second.
Hello, Graham.
Okay, we're going to get the decision.
Right. Okay. So it's a scrum 5 attacking ball held up.
Scrum 5, Gloucester held up.
Well, it's very difficult to tell, isn't it, from that angle. We've got to go with Graham Hughes on that.
But the danger is not over for the Tigers.
By a long way.
Leicester will be more comfortable. Castro Giovanni in the thick of it now. And loose head, Julian White tight head. Kosa in the middle. Big scrum. Monstrous scrum now for both sides. And what a mistake. How to relieve the pressure.
Well, it's not good enough. You don't let people off the hook like that after giving away a try. They should have engaged that scrimmage. That was incredibly poor. What a chance to give away. You work so hard for pressure positions like that, and then give it away because you don't go down and bind is unforgivable.
Ryan and Redpath look fairly comfortable, and if the score stays like it is at the moment, 20 points to 3 up, and the clock carries on ticking, they will remain pretty relaxed in their seat, but only if Azam can hit his line out. That was good. He comes sliding across now. Prendergast, Walker bangs that to Buxton. Good clean ball. Allen sliding back. Again, Leicester on their 22, in their 22, and they've given Gloucester the chance for 3 points minimum. Will they gamble for 5 and 7? It's very kickable.
It's this dangerous fine line that Leicester play, isn't it, of slowing the ball down. I mean, all Premiership sides are guilty of it, of slowing the ball down or actually giving away an infringement and being penalised for it. And this is an important... there's Kaiser, he's hanging onto that ball on the floor. He's got one hand on it, slowing down. Referee's called ruck, and quite clearly he's got to let go of it, and he's just gone a second too long. And Roy Maybank's not having it. He's penalised him, and this is an important kick for Willie Walker and an important kick for Gloucester. Because if they get this over, I'm not saying they're home and hosed, but they're in a comfortable position.
4 from 4 so far, so he is running hot. Can he make it 5 from 5? He can. Well, the Gloucester faithful that have travelled across will be blinking and not quite believing the scoreboard. Richard Cockerell, well, he's come down to earth with a bump. Guinness Premiership Coach of the Month, and Gloucester are now making a substitution. Prendergast goes off. Gareth Cooper is on. Cooper hasn't had much rugby through the Wales World Cup campaign. And this is Leicester trying to come right back at Gloucester. Murphy, Burke, little short pass, hits the floor. Crucially, the Tigers still got the possession that they crave. The ball's kicked out, it's been turned over. Walker's going to hammer that one upfield, and Van Dale has to go back, so does Jordan Murphy. And there are 4 chasers after him, Leon Lloyd and Tyndall. Trying to cut him down, and they do just that. Big chance for Gloucester now. They got the turnover. Popped inside. Blown his whistle. Cooper with the first touch, he thought he was home.
For once I was here.
Great chase. I mean, they chased Vandel down, the speed merchant. Tyndall calls hold of him, turned the ball over again. Phenomenal amount of turnovers. There's Bailey. Lovely inside pass. This is just forward, though. Or is it? I mean, he just held up. Cooper, first touch.
Closer, stay there, don't step off. Crouch, touch, pause, engage. That's unstable. There.
Again, Gloucester have been pinged. Crane, it's route one, and he's climbing his way through. Oh, just knocked that one forward. Did such good work, Crane. He just couldn't quite release Abraham, which was... Abraham was trying to keep that move alive.
He's a tremendous ball carrier, and he's got the ability to offload, and he's always looking to offload. But on that occasion, he was just a little bit loose. The ball was a bit too far away from the body, and he spilled it. But my goodness, what a prospect. What a ball carrier. Look at that, 11 carries. Defenders beaten 3.
Stay square. No.
Now, Gloucester have had a couple of free kicks against them at scrum time in the second half.
Okay, no, hang on.
Now want this slick.
Both of you heads up, okay? Get in front, come on, get level.
So Gareth Cooper making his first appearance in his new colours at Gloucester. And he is top class. When he motors, he really can hurt sides.
Okay.
Yeah, this is developing into
I need to bind up. He's telling me you're not binding, okay?
a mess on the
Well,
floor.
he lost it that time. Come
It was
closer.
a bit tidier in the first half.
Okay, crouch.
We know we've had problems this side between Colasso and Julian White.
The referee gets the free kick, and it goes to Gloucester now.
Works both ways.
Away goes quickly.
Both are.
Gloucester have got to be very careful. They don't give away any penalties because Willie Walker will kick the life out of them. He's been supreme so far this evening. Cooper now with the service. Walker, Allen. Saw Cornwell coming up quickly. And the ball is being recycled. Walker with a drop goal. He had a bit of time, but it did not work at all. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea, but at 54 minutes, you've got to say to yourself, okay,
Watch him, please.
are we now trying to defend this lead? Are we just going to just sort of, you know, stand back in the
Okay, not now, please.
safety of our own sort of half of the field and take drop kicks at goal? The beauty of Gloucester is they keep attacking the team,
Stay up.
and they've got to. Willie Walker's got to, instead of standing back there in hock.
Morgan, he wants some of the action, and he goes route one. And he wasn't held, so he could crawl a few more metres. Walker plucks that one out. Allen to Lloyd. Coming back. Cooper, Walker. And now it's clattered up there by Alex Brown. Cooper goes digging. Walker again, looking inside. Advantage being played. Is that knock on? The inside pass not going to hand.
They like that little inside pass, Gloucester. It's not quite working for them at the moment. But I love the way they just go from side to side and they attack the ball. You know, they really put the ball in front of the players, and the players run onto it most of the time. You can see the game plan. You can see it in the warm-up, actually, how they intend to play. And it's very impressive. And when it works, it's really wonderful to watch.
Well, Gloucester have got options on the bench, as have Leicester.
Well, there's Nick Wood looking to come on. There's Leon Lloyd. He's enjoyed his return to Welford Road. He's had a good game. Interception try, done everything that's asked of him. Worked hard off the ball.
So Nick Wood does replace Patrice Colasso. And Irinley, formerly of Wasps, comes on at outside centre for Ollie Smith, and Irinley can turn a game on its head.
Well, he is the super sub, isn't he? He is the classic. He
Hang on,
when he
guys,
was at Wasps,
we'll go on the mark.
the
shall we,
amount
guys?
of tries
We'll go on the mark.
tries he created
Yeah,
or he got involved in something when he came on the field was phenomenal. There was a stage every time I watched him play, he scored a try, and I was thinking of asking him for a few, Bob.
Crouch, touch, pause.
He is
go.
a fantastic athlete.
Stay flanker. Good. Stay close, come off.
Murphy goes to the short side. Oh, that's a good run from the scrum half, and he popped it inside nicely to Johnny Murphy. Oh, that was good from the scrum half. Now, Burke. Abraham. Maybe a little bit static in midfield there, but the recycling is good.
Bit flat. They're a bit flat, Leicester, in the midfield. They need to get a bit deeper and run onto this ball.
Tackles come in thick and fast.
Yeah, it's too lateral, Will.
Leon Lloyd means it, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So can Burke orchestrate an amazing comeback?
See, too many guys standing still here, just passing the ball along the line. It's not sevens. You've got to generate some speed onto this ball and pass the ball in front of somebody. It's too static, too lateral.
Closing down the space, Gloucester there. Azam. Leicester not contesting that. That will please Azam. 23-3. Very rare that Leicester get turned over here at Welford Road. Cooper. Jordan Murphy. Looking for somebody on his shoulder. Johnny Murphy will be stopped by the whistle, knock on.
That was a tough call for Jordan Murphy about whether he made the 50-50 pass there. He hasn't even been involved in the game a great deal, and you could see his sort of frustrations. He gets caught in the tackle here. Do I offload it? And he does, and there's too many Gloucester people in the way. It wasn't a 50-50 pass, it was a 10-90 pass, you know. There's too many Gloucester people in the way. And a poor decision by an experienced player.
Welford Road, very quiet. Again, packed to the rafters. They expected that their side were going to cut down the Premiership leaders.
Well, they've raised their game, Gloucester, I have to say, and defensively they have been superb this evening. They really have.
And Tom Croft comes on for Brett Deacon in the back row for the Tigers. And Croft can shift.
Bind up.
So a good scrum for Gloucester. Allen, Morgan, Allen coming round, and he gets caught and wrapped up. And the legs get pumped from Gloucester's point of view. Can they get this ball back? No.
He got caught up right, didn't he, Anthony Allen there? Stepped inside, got held up by a couple of players, couldn't get the ball to the ground. He's bulked up a little bit over the summer, I have to say. He looks a lot stronger upper body, but he couldn't get that one to the ground. He was firmly within the clutches of Leicester. Here we see him, he just steps inside, he's high, the ball is held high. There's a lot of people fighting for the ball. When you're in that situation, you've got to be incredibly strong to get it on the ground.
Yeah, Johnny Murphy did it extremely well.
No, we'll do it again.
On the right wing this evening.
Wait.
But still, the Tigers
get it in quicker.
In their 22.
All right.
It's a long way upfield.
Come closer. Crouch. Touch. Pause. Go. Ball's out.
Oh, it's pressure on Murphy.
Hold, Green. You're good.
Morgan looking for some space, and he has found it. That is great vision from the fullback, just pinning Leicester right back from whence they came.
But it was great marshalling by Mike Tyndall, actually. As that ball went back, you can just see Tyndall here. He was motioning for Morgan to kick the ball, and it was a superb execution by Morgan. But Tyndall just doing the old pro bit.
Allen is leaving the field, and Mark Foster comes on. So Leon Loy goes to the centres with Mike Tyndall, and Mark Foster goes onto the right wing. Big line out. It's been overcooked. It's Gloucester's. Wood. Strokosh. How ambitious will Gloucester be? Drop goal or try? Walker. Flat to Tyndall. Too flat. Forward.
You can't make those sort of errors. Forward passes down there in that sort of area, unforgivable. Look at this. The move is called. Was he involved? Was he supposed to be involved? Another chance goes begging.
Crouch. Touch. Ball.
So Meffin Davies, ex of Gloucester, is into the thick of it, replacing Kesa.
Easy.
I've got to say that this Gloucester pack have given Leicester an interesting ride in the scrums, haven't you? They really have had a go at them.
Line on his back.
Meffin Davies, usually being looked after by the likes of Wood and Nieto, being on the other end of it. The referee put his whistle to his mouth, but decided to let it go. Murphy waiting. Frank Murphy to Jordan Murphy, and that was a beautiful, booming clearance. Really smooth.
That's what you call a kick, isn't it? That is a phenomenal kick by Jordan Murphy. In his own dead ball area. And he's taken it up to within sort of 3 meters of the 10-meter line of Gloucester. Incredible kick.
That is quite superb. Doesn't look straight, isn't straight. And how long will Azam stay on the pitch?
Well, bent as a 9-bob note, wouldn't it?
You think Titterell will be loosening off at some point?
I thought he would have been on at half-time, personally. This was another poor throw. Look at it, right down the Gloucester line-out. They've done remarkably well, Gloucester. They've survived on sort of 35% possession in this game. And I just cannot believe they haven't changed Azam for Titterell, who's an outstanding line-up player.
Must be quite happy that their line-up remains as is. Azam and Wenzel just getting a little bit friendly. Oh, he's unhappy.
Use it, Green, use it!
They're obviously keeping Azam on for the niggle factor, aren't they?
And the scrummaging, oof. Frank Murphy, Burt, Ridley. He's hardly got a touch. Abraham, a timing of the pass and the run wasn't quite perfect. Azam's involved again.
Yeah, I think he's having a real go at winding Leicester up before he departs and is replaced by Titterell.
Number 5 goes, the same goes for you. Okay, calm down over there. All right.
He is a warrior, though, isn't he?
Well, the scoreboard would suggest that he will smile the longest tonight.
Play on. Come on.
Springbok Wenzel having a chat.
Crouch.
Well, he's new to the Premiership, and Azam is not, and he's just winding people up as he goes along.
Stay back, flank up. Use it.
He'll be concentrating on pushing hard. Oh, Gareth Cooper to narrow one.
No. Good.
Cooper so snappy. If he gets a chance, he will fizz. Walker threading it through. And saying Leicester start from there. It's a long way back now from the Tigers.
Oh, it's lovely play, isn't it, by Gloucester there. Very slick work at the base. Narrowway keeper.
It's been taken quickly. Crane again picks up that bouncing ball, which was bouncing towards the visitors. But there's only one thing to do, and that's to hit that ball off the paddock. And there hasn't been too much cheering for the Tigers. Gloucester have taken the wind right out of Welford Road sails.
Well, this is the quietest I've ever heard it at Welford Road. Not surprisingly, I mean, the performance, whilst they've won quite a lot of ball, they haven't used it that effectively. Certainly haven't played the territory, which you would expect from Leicester. They've tried to run it and it hasn't worked for them.
Azam then. Didn't go 5.
Well, he's going for that safe option all the time, or every time he can, isn't he, to the front to Will James there.
Yeah, his line out is...
Well, it doesn't go 5, does it?
Unhappy.
Doesn't go 5. Clearly doesn't go 5. He might as well just give the ball to Leicester and say, here, you have a go at it. We'll just tackle you.
Look at that, lost more than they've won. Look at Leicester. 14-1, only 1 lost. What a contrast, and it's amazing that Gloucester are so far in front, considering those stats.
And they leave him on there. Well, perhaps I'm missing something. Wouldn't be the first time, but...
Shettle doesn't look as though he's exactly ready to roll. Still got his handbrake on. So Ben Youngs, who's a replacement in the Premiership final, comes on for Frank Murphy. Now the Tigers to start. Trying to suck in those Gloucester forwards, doing it the hard way. Trying to get some momentum, and they've got advantage. Burke. Vandal. Going to go around the outside. And good cover tackling.
Round the side.
The referee will give the penalty now to Leicester.
No mark.
Well, that was, I mean, perhaps they knew they had a penalty, but there are clear signs of them playing catch-up already. At 66 minutes, Leicester slinging that ball about. You know, some of the precision and accuracy of the passes is poor.
But if Murphy can get a really good kick in here and Leicester's line-out continues to function, you'd expect it to. And they do get themselves a try, a converted try. They'll think maybe, maybe.
Well, they want to get down there, don't they, into that sort of 5-metre area where they are experts at sort of driving over that line.
Murphy gets put on the deck. So the ex-Gloucesterman, Methan Davis. It's getting noisier now. Not the easiest one for Ben Youngs to sweep up, but sweep up he does. Round the fringe. Ben Youngs happy for his forwards to take it on view. Can't quite get that inside pass. But Murphy. Ooh, good tackle going in there from Cooper. When that Gloucester tackle came in, there was a knock on. Alex Brown's hand. And it stopped that inside pass to Johnny Murphy.
Well, they tackled, don't they? They just keep tackling Gloucester. It's phenomenal. Fair play to the conditioner.
Touch. Pause. Engage. Line up.
Mistake. Over 100 made.
No.
Still fun and games.
Green ball.
At scrum time.
You stay down.
Well, you'd have to say that Gloucester are now starting to dominate this phase of the game, the scrummage. You can see the benefits of keeping him on. As
crouch, touch, pause, engage. Let's go, come on.
And Abraham got his hand in there to get it back to Gordon Crane. Taking it up. Young, Burke, inside. Abraham still going. Still offering his fly half. Young's getting tackled there. Leicester are getting there. Slowly but surely. Burke trying to tap dance his way into some space. It is hard work from the Tigers. They've got a chance for 3.
Penalty advantage.
But at 23-3 down, they'll want to be greedy. Good offload. That's excellent. It's a try coming now. Shooting! Tom Croft. He's quick, and he was so effective there.
Well, he injected the pace that's been lacking for a lot of this game, isn't it? Inside pass. He is quick. He plays as 7s. And he's going to be a very, very good player.
Oh, he timed his run, didn't he?
It was clever play. As Leicester unloading, he's quick, isn't he? The backs can't get anywhere near him.
And Burt quickly snaps that one over. And as we go into the last 10 minutes, the Tigers are hunting.
Yeah, it was the offload. The ball held high in the tackle there by Cornwall. Offloaded. Outstanding offload by Cornwall.
And Titterell is on. Azam can watch the last 10 minutes from the sidelines. That is pace and power and impact from Tom Croft. Jordan Murphy. So at the very least, the Tigers will be looking for losing bonus point. Burke up high, infield, Morgan underneath it. Abraham is waiting to smack the fullback, which he does, and try and steal it. And his heel has provided this opportunity for Murphy. Murphy hits the deck. Was he taken down? Willie Walker now with a counter-attack, and it's opening up for Gloucester. Just a moment ago, it was Leicester's. Now the kick goes long, and it's Wenzel just saying, I want to get this off the pitch. I'm on my own.
Well done. Well done for a lock. Clear his lines like that.
He was back there, fair play.
Oh, yeah. He's played in the back row as well, I'm sure, that boy. Well, this is end-to-end stuff now. This is getting quite exciting. Willie Walker does really well to clear his lines from this and get away from them.
Yeah, he's brave enough to run as well, wasn't he?
He says Rinley slips. Leon Lloyd puts his boot to it. It's a long way to go for him from that far out. Yeah, good work by the lock to be back there.
So, first line out for Titterell. Will he have more luck? He will.
Hold.
Safety first, isn't it? Go to the front. If in doubt.
Cooper happy that his forwards are making real headway. An advantage being played to Gloucester. With Lewis Deakin coming in the side. And still Gloucester roll their way on. Can they cap a superb performance here at Welford Road with a try at the death here? Gloucester. Cooper.
Yeah, thank you. Number 21.
Still advantage being played, but it's going to be a try! Oh, yes! Willie Walker to close the door on Leicester.
Phenomenal, isn't it? Pressure, 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 pressure. They get down there, they do to Leicester what Leicester do to everybody else. They squeeze the life out of them. And then Willie Walker dances in, virtually untouched. This is an impressive performance, isn't it, by Gloucester? Not only have they defended it as if their lives depend on it. Look at this, he takes the tackle, shrugs off Burke, a gap opens, and he's quick off the mark. That's a big score.
And the supporters are leaving the stadium. And they're not Gloucester ones.
Well, it's not surprising. I mean, this has been an amazing, amazing Gloucester performance. They've taken every chance that's come their way by Willie Walker kicking the points. He hasn't missed one yet, I don't think. And he's just put the icing on the cake.
Beat his opposite number. Burke was on the dirt. And then Willie Walker was after he got the ball down.
God, back foot.
So Gloucester chasing the try bonus point, and not many sides have come here and managed to not only win, but win with 4 tries. Ian Lloyd with the first try, then the penalty try. And now we've just seen Willie Walker jot down the third.
Well, you've got to hand it to them. They've come here and they've played their brand of rugby, Gloucester. They haven't got into their shell. They've scrummaged really well. They've got through 3/4 of the game without a line out, really, to talk of.
Amazing, really.
Oh, incredible.
That scrum has been solid. Cooper kicks up for Jordan Murphy. Oh, that's superb! Van Dal just get tapped. And Gloucester continue to breathe, but only just. Brilliant from Jordan Murphy, and Van Dal so close to racing home.
Well, the tap tackle on Van Dal was incredible, wasn't it?
But Leicester still full of heart and fight. Jordan Murphy. And that was flat. The referee was perfectly aligned, so he lets that one go. Jordan Murphy again trying to get into the thick of it, trying to open up Gloucester. No team has ever got a winning bonus point here at Welford Road in any tournament, so Gloucester on the cusp of something truly special. They'll have less than 4 minutes to try and do it, though.
Well, they won't mind giving away penalties now. These boys are not happy, are they? There they are down on the touchline. Put a lot of work into this team so far this season. And they won't like losing at home.
They won't like losing full stop, and their World Cup contingent. Kays and Corries and Hipfisses and Mooses of the world. Not back after that quite superb win against Australia. And on comes Christian Califano, all 70 French caps of him.
He's had an immense game, Nieto, actually. A really big game in the tight 5. What a replacement, Christian Califano.
Beautifully taken there. And Lewis Deacon. But we're in lead. We're nearly getting away. Abraham. Burt plucks that one.
Thank you. Advantage.
Cornwell. Jordan
Penalty
Craig.
advantage, Green.
Leicester. Jordan Murphy. The tackles come in.
Back foot.
Looking to stretch Gloucester defensively now. It's narrow for the moment.
Having 4, but we've got your number 11. Where is it, Alan? No, no, no.
Leicester
It's over there. It's over
keep
there.
the momentum up. Tries is the only thing that they're interested in. They'll have to go from the right mark, though.
Yep.
Jordan Crane's going to tap and go. Head down.
Okay.
Still stays on his feet, legs pumping. He's had a big game. Chance coming now. Cornwall with the handle!
Well, they're not going to give up, are they, Leicester? Pretty good effort by the young boy there, Cornwall, Matt Cornwall. You don't give up at Welford Road.
That was a good try. Cornwall, though, won't mind about the tries to his name. He'll be more frustrated that Leicester have only got half the points so far of Gloucester. Can Burke put 2 more on the scoreboard? He can! So, Dick, who's your Guinness Premiership man of the match?
Well, there's been some outstanding performances, you know, for Leicester, for instance. Abraham has been outstanding. The captain here, Buxton, has really battled away all day. But I'm going to have to give it to this fella here, Willie Walker. An immaculate kicking performance, and then sealing the game with that wonderful try. So, Guinness man of the match, Willie Walker.
Beautifully taken. Burke from deep inside is 22. Crane, who's got through. Some big ball carrying this evening as well. And the Tigers lining up. Burke chips. Will the bounce be kind? A scream of anguish there from the try scorer Cornwall. He just went off the field, and there is the final whistle. What a result for Gloucester. They have cut down the Tigers here at Welford Road.
Big smiles there from Leon Lloyd. There's Willie Walker, man of the match. Outstanding performance, individual performance. And what a team performance by this Gloucester team who got over 100 tackles. Really did punish the Leicester mistakes and capitalised on everything that was going their way. Phenomenal performance by Gloucester. Good luck to them.
So the current champions, Leicester, in their own backyard, have been beaten, and beaten big, by Gloucester. And a man who will be somewhat emotional about this coming back to Welford Road is Leon Lloyd. He's with Melissa.
Well, Leon, that was the perfect return to Welford Road, wasn't it?
Well, I was very nervous before I came back here, so yeah, I think I got into the game quite well at the first couple of minutes, so yeah, it was a great comeback.
Bit strange running out of the away changing room.
Very strange. I've not been, you know, in 13 years, I've not been in the away changing room, and it was very weird sitting there before and seeing the boys warm up, but, you know, so be it. You know, it's a great result for us to come here and get a win.
And how about the try? Was that a benefit of inside knowledge of their backline play?
I think so, yeah. I can see, I played them for a long time, so I can sort of read them a little bit. I had more luck than judgment, I think. You know, it's a bit unfortunate for Andy Good, but, you know, I think I was very lucky.
And how big an achievement for Gloucester to win here at Welford Road?
I think it's massive. You know, we've been playing well. We scored a lot of tries. We said we were going to come here and get a win. I said, you know, a bonus point wasn't out of the question, and people thought I was mad. You know, we scored 3 tries, and it's a very hard place to come and win. But you know, there are a lot of players missing from Leicester, so you know, credit to them for playing the way they did. But we're on a high at the moment. We're quite confident.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well, Gloucester look a very happy squad at the moment. It is all going swimmingly for them. They've recorded their 4th victory in 4. And let's just remind you of all the results so far. This weekend, a complete fixture list. London Irish have gone down to Bath 22-20 on Friday night. Newcastle pipping Leeds, although Leeds picked up their first point of the season for that losing bonus point. And Sale Sharks nilling Wasps. First time that's happened to Wasps in league history. Elsewhere this afternoon, Harlequins, 2 tries from Steve Soialo, returning from World Cup duty with Samoa, ended Bristol's hopes. 24-18, that one finished, and Worcester going down at 6 ways to Saracens by 21 points to 16. OK, and just another reminder of what's coming your way this weekend on Sky Sports. Tomorrow we've got Air New Zealand Cup quarter-final action as Hawke's Bay take on Waikato, 8 o'clock in the morning on Sky Sports 2. And next Saturday, the Guinness Premiership match is Bath against Harlequins. Early kick-off, that 12:30. In fact, we're on air at noon. Sky Sports 1, HD1, channel 408. What a convincing display, Dowie, by Gloucester.
It's payback time for the Premiership final, wasn't it? Tenacious in the tackle area, Gloucester. Just hunted everything down. And to be fair, with all the call-ups, Leicester just could not find that edge. I mean, they were pretty good in the line-out, weakened in the scrum, but you can see the light on these plays. Not many sides go to Welford Road, as you know, and play in that manner. They could have had, if Buckton had obviously just had a couple more inches, he'd have gone over for that 4th try, and that would have been the bonus point. But Dean Ryan, Brian Redpath will take the 4 points, big style. And they're sitting pretty on top of the table and deserve everything. Everybody's playing well. They're playing an attractive brand of rugby. Narrowway, I thought, was outstanding. The front row were outstanding, and to a man, I think they were outstanding. To go there, to silence the Welford Road crowd, is not an easy job, and they did it tonight.
Over 100 tackles as well, defensively.
Wins your games. And who were making those tackles? Most of the second rows were doing it, the front rows, making it easy for the back row to play. And
without Hazel for half the match as well,
Hazel, but I thought Will James came on and played a fantastic role there. The big man, and Willie Walker. You know, I was amazed that Lamb was on the bench, and now you can see why. You know, they've got 2 fantastic fly halves there that can kick goals and orchestrate the games. And yeah, I think from 1 to 22, you know, from the bench to the team that started, they've got a good impact from the bench and a good solid side, and they're going to be very difficult to beat.
Yeah, what's this going to do for Gloucester's season? The fact, I mean, psychologically, to go to Welford Road and beat the side.
Tremendous amount.
Yeah, I know.
It shows that there is no easy games in this Premiership from any side, and I think they hurt last year when they got beaten by Leicester in that final. They're learning all the time. They want to get better, and they want to go back to Twickenham, get in those playoffs, get back to Twickenham, and rewrite the wrongs that they felt that were done to them last year.
And what about for Leicester as well? I mean, I know it's the same for all clubs, but with players sort of dribbling back from the World Cup, is it difficult to maintain consistency?
It is difficult, but Leicester will be Leicester. They've got a tremendous squad. All these guys will come back. They will strengthen. The experience that these youngsters have had in these positions will be fantastic for them, and they're going to be up there at the end. They will be top 4 without a shadow of a doubt. They got beaten today, well beaten, but I tell you, when the cavalry comes back, watch out. They'll be back down at Kingsholm and want to try and reverse this result.
Dowie, thanks very much for your company this evening. Before we go, let's just tell you about Horse of the Year show as well. That's next here on Sky Sports 2. So again, once again, thanks to Dowie, Gloucester extending their lead at the top of the table. Great win for them at Welford Road. From us all here, bye for now.
Sport, news and views at skysports.com.
The NFL on Sky Sports. Another fantastic triple header. Starting from 6 tomorrow, Week 5 action live on Sky Sports 3.
Living with cancer is tough. At Macmillan Cancer Support, we can help. As well as medical support, we provide practical support, financial support, and emotional support. So if you or someone you love is living with cancer, we're here for you. We are Macmillan Cancer Support.
The Citroën C4 can transform the impact on your wallet and the environment. With only 120 grams CO2 per kilometre, it's the lowest in its class. And now you can save even more with 4 years 0% APR typical with 20% deposit. Citroën C4, alive with technology. Just imagine what Citroën can do for you.
Nature can do wonderful things with just a seed, some water, and a little sunshine. But not half as wonderful as what Baxter's can do with the results. Creating inspirational recipes from the finest ingredients is what the Baxter's family has been doing for generations. Baxter's. When nature's done her job, we begin ours.
Online Car Insurer of the Year?
Oh, yes!
Challenge us online at churchill.com.
What if taste buds could talk? What if those 10,000 precise pleasure measures could actually tell you what they were thinking? Next time you're savouring a Guinness, listen. You'll hear them say, "Ah, now you're talking." Guinness. Taste matters.
Get the Sunday Telegraph and discover the extraordinary world of sharks with a National Geographic DVD. Free inside every copy.
Cold sores? I hate how they feel and look. When I feel one, I want it gone. Fast.
Think fast. Think Zavarax. It starts to work immediately. Nothing fights the virus faster.
So I'm my real self again. Fast.
Think fast. Think Zavarax.
Imagine outstanding colour and clarity. With the new Samsung F8 Full High Definition LCD TV, it's not that hard to imagine.
Two-thirds of us could be missing out on all that life has to offer without even realising it. That's why Boots Opticians are dedicated to helping every one of us see better.
What's the matter?
I lost the folder. All the photographs, all the old film with the kids on it, everything from when they were babies.
Well, why don't we make another one? Yeah, we'll just make another folder. It's all backed up.
Only BT Total Broadband comes with 6 months free Digital Vault, which automatically backs up your PC's precious files and photos. To get a more complete broadband package, go to bt.com.
At Comet, we're committed to low prices, like this Dyson Slim for $199, the lightweight Dyson with great manoeuvrability. Comet, we live electricals.
Defending champion Phil the Power Taylor.
It's tough at the top, but I can tell you something, it's a lot tougher at the bottom.
Recline. Game on.
World Grand Prix Darts, sponsored by Sky Bet, Monday at 6, Sky Sports 2.
Tomorrow, live football, Reading Derby at 1:30, Sky Sports 1. Fulham Portsmouth at 4, also Sky Sports 1. And live cricket, Sri Lanka England at 9:30, Sky Sports 2.
This is Sky Sports Live.
The Puissance is the most daunting competition in show jumping and requires great courage from both horse and rider. Last year, 3 riders cleared a massive 7'4" to share the prize. Tonight, a field of 14 will be attempting to tackle this awesome red wall at the 2007 Horse of the Year show.
past it. I don't believe it. Yes!
There's another full house here at the NEC to enjoy all the drama of the mighty Puissance. That's our live feature event a little later. But as ever, there's plenty to entertain you before that. International show jumping in the accumulator. The grand final of the Scurry Championship. And our first live action is the Pony Club Mounted Games. Another event that's not for the faint-hearted. That's in about 5 minutes' time. Hello and welcome once again to the 2007 Horse of the Year show. And there's a real air of anticipation around the international arena behind me at the prospect of seeing the very best riders tackling that Puissance wall later this evening. Well, joining me once again, James Fisher and Andy Austin. Good evening.
Good evening.
I think, Andy, we've got a very exciting evening in prospect. I love the Puissance.
Special buzz, as you say, the atmosphere's electric. It's totally unique. We don't get many Puissances in modern show jumping. The crowd really understand what's going on. One big fence, you either jump it or you don't, and we know we're going to get some drama, so big anticipation.
So, James, I love the Puissance. I'm sure everyone watching loves the Puissance. From a rider's point of view, what do you think about it?
Perhaps not the favourite class. No, I was going to say, the crowd love this. You know, I could hardly get in tonight. They're coming in droves. But the riders, they know they need a particular horse for it. You know, it's a great big obstacle, and you need that particular horse to do it. You know, really brave and obviously enough ability to get over. So, yeah, it's a unique class, and we were saying earlier, it's not easy when you can't see the other side of this great big thing. So.
So sounds terrifying to me. Now, a man who's had plenty of experience over the big wall is top British rider Tim Stockdale. Before the show got underway, he explained to Suzanne Dando Reynolds how he approaches the challenge.
The trick of riding a Puissance is to try and stay as cool as possible, get a really good distance for takeoff, which is nice and close to the front, so let the horse come on the back foot, to go up and then make a nice round shape over the fence. You need power for starters. It's going to be very big, so you need a powerful horse. But the same thing, you also need a horse that's using his body in the correct way, that he can roll over the top. He's got to be brave, super, super brave. For me, confidence is the key. Now, I do know some riders that train over a very big wall before they go, and that might be a horse that's a specialist Puissance horse. In which case, then, that horse is so used or aimed at jumping the Puissance wall, they train particularly over that wall. The problem I find with that is that once you get a horse that's used to jumping a 7-foot wall, they normally aren't very good for normal competitions where the fences look very insignificant.
Oh, very good riding indeed from Tim Stockdale.
For me, it's a fantastic event. You know, some riders like it, some riders don't. I